Hi. Excuse me. Hi. How are you? I'm going back to some older cards I used to use all the time. Oh, look at destiny and spiritual union. Union with spirit. It's your destiny. See, again, look at it, came up again. Recognition and reward and destiny. I have 2 decks put together with a few extra cards from another deck. Oh my gosh! This just fell out again. Look at destiny, foundation, and achievements. That's the 3rd time it came out. Guess that's what we're going to start with. Okay, this is my incense. Clearing. I don't know, it doesn't seem like it needs clearing. The cards. I'm doing pretty good. Okay, so we have destiny we're starting out with. Foundation and achievements. This is for Alana. We'll do her separately. From Jenna. Okay. Now the 10 on the destiny comes to a 1. It's like beginnings. You're all done with all the past cycle that you were just going through, and you're starting the beginnings. It's nice. Yeah, the rainbow, that's a good sign too. And family. Okay, let's see this. I start out with these cards, and then I'll pull from another deck too, if it's needed. It's big, the 2 of them together. Okay. Patience and planning. 7 is it has a lot of similar aspects as the 3. It's very spiritual, and this has a lot to do with your gifts and things coming together and going the well, which also with this card is patience and planning. It's showing with these here, it shows me there's balance, you know, which can be with your other half. Which is either, you know, who you're with in the physical, or it can be spiritual, somebody in spirit. Okay. Suffering and silence. It's number 9, that's the ending of a cycle. A lot of the time this comes up with awakening, going through an awakening, ascension, enlightenment journey, you know, where you're starting to spiritually and energetically evolve, like every which way part of you. It can be for other reasons too. You know, be with partners and home, and it can be with health. Okay. This makes sense with it coming out afterwards. Temptation, it's like they call it the devil card, you know. It can also be Capricorn. there's temptation. You have the 15, the 1 and the 5 comes to 6. 6 has to do with family and relationships, friendships, home, places that you feel comfortable and secure, and people. So that's what, okay. So that may have something to do with this one. There's some kind of temptation. It doesn't necessarily have to be a person. It can be something else, but I'm not counting out, somebody else. Partnerships and alliance. You have 3. Wow, you got a lot of good cards coming out. Prosperity begins at number 1. That's the beginnings again. That goes with your. You have a lot of building cards. Hang on a minute. Got a lot of stuff on my desk here. Partnership, building, the family type cards. Here, let me see. Look at, you have the destiny. And the foundation where you're building something, showing family, and it's something really good. You got the rainbow. And then you have the pillars, which is like balance, and as I said, can be with somebody else too, partnership of some kind, which is patience and planning. And you have this that comes in between all that. Temptation of some kind, which is making you, disrupting you a bit, of somebody a bit. And then it goes back over to prosperity, a new beginning. So here, let me see what comes out. I should have put it up my top a little bit more here. Sorry, I'm still trying to figure out how to set up everything in my room. So it's either see the cards and not, just see the cards. I know a lot of times people like to see the person too as they're speaking. So it's either that and not see the cards, so I'll figure it out. Okay. I continue in this deck. Go to another deck. Let me pull more from this one, this deck. Oh my goodness. We have a 6, has to do with the family and family and the friends and home again. And look at, you have spiritual and material prosperity. So you're getting it in from spirit, and something's coming in for you. And there's 2. There's a balance, whether it's a balance within yourself or with spirit or with somebody else. There's something that's still not being seen. His back is to us. Now it's showing water, which water has to do with emotion and cleansing. So I don't know if this might have to do with this, which, might be something of emotions, or, let's see. Oh, a transformation. Okay, this also makes me think of intuition and guides. If you notice, she's She's on somebody's head. It's a little fairy. A lot of times we have fairies and elementals as guides. It can also be like third eye, or like you're connecting. It's showing connection, transformation, which is a transformation, connecting with spirit. It's number 13, which is 4, and that's also, it's also the beginning, also, I couldn't get that L out, foundations, like this one with the 4, the foundations, and building something new. Learning, it can be anything new. It can be learning, knowledge, people, places, home, building of anything like that. Creating something, which I guess that is building. Okay, so now you have mental conflict. A 2 is, 2 of anything. It's relationships, it's decisions, it's like, like coming to having to make a decision, doing this or doing this, or basically, it's anything of 2 of something, and having to make, usually it has something to do with decision making, and it's giving mental conflict and not sure what to do, being conflicted, which, that probably goes along with this suffering and the silence, and it's something that you're not meant saying anything about. And again, you have beginning card. This is the base chakra. Is the lowest, or the first chakra out of the 7 within, the 7 main chakras within you, and it has to do with energy. You may need a clearing with this chakra, clearing of energy with this chakra, which you can do through meditations and musics and movement, but this chakra, it has to do with security, feeling secure and confidence, and secure in your living conditions, and feeling secure, and that you have everything you need, and food, and like that kind of security, which can affect your being fearful, and scaring you if you're not feeling secure, and you might not even realize it, because it might have to do with something with your chakra needing to be cleared. This chakra, the first chakra, which is down by the pelvis, hip area. This is the one that holds this is the foundation that holds the rest. So if that's thrown off and blocked, you will most likely feel fearful, not feeling confident, worried, about your area where you live, and environment. And you have choice of many paths. Choose wisely. And there's 7. It's a lot of water, which is emotional, which would make sense. The 7, I think you're supposed to come to this point in picking a path, and again, you have 2. Birds are usually messengers of spirit, but there's 2 here, like guides. The 7 has to do, for me, I use it as gifts, the intuition opening. I was trying to say that in one word. Clairaudience, all the different psychic gifts starting to open, which might have something to do with your path, or what you're supposed to do in your path that you've picked before you came, before you were born. which would, part of your transformation. And let me see what else comes up. I'm going to stick my foot in my mouth here. Hang on. There's something you're realizing. Realization number 3. 3 having to do with God, spirit, strength. It's 3 is a really good number. I think a source, God's source, and being protected and watched over is a strength number. It's when you're coming to realization. I don't know if that has to do with your spirituality. Maybe you're going. See, I don't want to say that you're going to the dark to the light, because you still have dark in here too. So it's like you're going from one maybe density or frequency into another, and it's like you're starting to realize, all these things that are coming to you. This let's see what we have here. You're starting to realize there's change. There's some kind of change for you. And with this particular, it seems like a very personal change for you yourself. Like, give me just a second. I'm looking at all the cards. Hang on a minute. Well, you're worried about your home life, I think. Something to do with your home life. With the base chakra, and you have a lot of stuff going on. You're building new. Whether it's home or, between home and, business. Yeah, things are looking good in that part of your life. Okay, let me try something different here. Now these might take me a minute or two to read for each card, because I like to look into the cards on each card. These are Mystic, Shaman, Oracle. These are really nice cards. They're more Shaman-like. Okay, give me a minute to shuffle. You have something. You're on a path. You have a destiny. There's something in this lifetime that you're meant to do, and you're on a path, and you have to get to that path, I think, is what it is. Because you've already started. But then this one shows up later on. In the very first card, you have destiny. Right? And then you have foundation and achievements. Patience and planning. You're planning. And then you have that suffering and silence and the temptation card that comes in between that. There's something that's kind of throwing, something in the middle of everything, and which is actually isn't surprising, because a lot of times, we're kind of tested, if that's the word you want to use, and to see what it is we want. And it's also something that might be putting you, depending on, what you do. I'm not saying it's something to go for or not to go for. That's not what I'm saying, whatever the situation is. or to take or leave or whatever, because it can be anything. It can even be a way of thinking, you know. It can be a person, it can be an idea. But it's something that's kind of shaking you up a little bit, so you, makes you think. It's like a lesson type thing that's going to help you to go in the direction you should go in. So try not to be fearful. It's, you know, it's challenging at times. Prosperity comes after it. A beginning comes right after the temptation card, the one. And you have, you know, you have roots. There's the two hands showing roots and seed and something growing, which, you know, it's good. But it's up, you know, it's up to you whether that's what you think is right or not, whatever it may be. But there's somebody else with you, whether it's spirit or an actual partner is with you, and it's rooted. You know, you've had time. It's growing fruit. And we have the ghost dance. 22, and then fire. 19. The 19 that comes to that would be like a 10. The 9 plus 1 would make 10, which would be beginnings again, which is what started with your destiny. Was it the same number? A 1. A 10 would go to a 1 with the 0. Okay, just give me a second. I need to look into the cards for a minute. Hold on. The ghost dance, do with like past family and spirit and relatives. Seer. She's a seer. Let me just check something real quick. Make sure I have this one card right. Hang on a minute. Ancestors, okay. Spirit of the living and ancestors come into this. When the ancestors are honored, they bring harmony to us. When we hold them responsible for all that is wrong with us today, they haunt us. Honor the spirits of the ancestors and receive their lessons and gifts. This includes honoring your own past lives. Whoops, sorry. The ancestors have a message of healing and a powerful medicine to offer you. Create a sacred moment at your altar. Light a candle to them and let their wisdom infuse you. At this stage in your life, you are done repeating your tragic story. Step into the abundance that is offered. Oh, I just get the chills. The abundance that is offered to you. Receive the gifts of those that have come before you and write a new story for your life. You have so much abundance coming in and going on right now, already growing. I keep looking this way instead of up at the thingy. It's just you know, saying thank you to your guides and ancestors, and you know, bring your father into it, your dad. Your immediate family. And then it says, if you are trapped in a vicious cycle of nostalgia, mourning a lost youth or opportunities missed, It is time to make an altar for the ancestors. Collect a few photos, light some incense, offer sage, and open the windows of your house to release them to their destiny into the wind. Be wary of being snared in a relationship with someone from a past lifetime, as the people we loved or hurt have a way of reappearing in our lives. There is no learning for you there anymore. Okay. So, the 22 comes to a 4, which is, building new again. It's saying to honor, your past ancestor spirit. Remember, I was mentioning about we all have guides, and a lot of times our guides are from our soul group in spirit, our ancestors. Sometimes those ancestors are other parts of us. There's past loved ones, your father, your mother, your family, they all come in and they help to guide you, try to guide you in certain areas. And they're each good at certain things. And now if you're starting to, where was it? If you're starting to transform and you're starting to open up to spirit, many people are right now. I think this is like a confirmation, and for you to be aware. And what that also does when you do that, make the altar and all that, besides honoring, it helps lift their energy. It helps lift your energy in the area, and which is a good thing. It helps the frequency quicker. It's more into love and that type of thing. Okay, so now you also have fire. Okay, I was trying to think of some signs, zodiac signs. What does it say? I mean, the fire signs are Leo, Aries, and Sagittarius. Give me a sec. And that's another beginning number again. Yeah, this card also, what it was saying too was about like past things or people or situations that keep kind of going around and around. You keep coming back to it, and you only get so far all the time with it, whatever it is. That's what they're saying to let go of. That's past, to look now and forward. I just went through something like that myself. And also people can come in. Like Mercury is a good planet that when it's in alignment for our time right now. Mercury energy can bring in past relationships you've had, whether it's been from a past lifetime or the past in this lifetime, and it'll bring in people that you used to know, or you might have had a relationship of some kind or another. It can be a family member or lover or whatever, and it gives you a chance to straighten out whatever happened to the relationship. It doesn't mean you have to go back to it, but it gives you a chance to re-straighten out whatever karma might have come for you, either side, because the universe needs that balance. So if there's something that you need to make okay or apologize for or straighten out or I'm sorry or that type of thing, that's a good time. That can also be something with this card, because it mentioned about somebody from past or a situation that keeps going around and around. Okay, I'm going to check the fire card real quick. There's somebody in the center of the fire. It always looks like to me like like they're carrying somebody or there's somebody with them. It can also be a fire sign. If there's somebody that you know that is Sagittarius or Aries, Leo. Fire is passion. It can also passion. It's can be aggression. You know, depending on how far. Here, I'll read it though, and let's see what the book says real quick. See, I know what I see in this card for when I do my readings, and I want to check the book because what I see in the card when I do it for myself, you know, it's still in the, I see in the card, so I don't know if it's the same thing for you or not. Let me just check it. I always see somebody sitting here. There's somebody sitting right here. So, and then somebody coming through this, like, ring of fire. Ring of fire. You have a ruby ring. No, it also makes me, when I say ring of fire, it makes me think of the volcanoes over on the west coast. It's called the Ring of Fires. So I don't know if something's going off or not. Or maybe somebody is, or somebody has. It can also go with your base chakra card too, the red, because this deck doesn't have, you know, chakra cards in it. Oh no, it does. It does have Kundalini. Okay. Hang on, let's see what the next cards say. Hold on, I'm seeing something coming up. Hang on. Wow, I didn't see that before. Let's go with this temptation card. I'm seeing it like a person. Like somebody's coming in. Then maybe it's a fire sign, either that or it's aggressive or passionate. Okay, let's see what the other ones come up with. Oh wow. Whoa, check that out. Okay. Is this for her? Oh my gosh, okay. Sorry. This is showing if I'm Earth. I'm seeing like that's Earth, right? Is he Earth? Earth. It's Earth sign. I keep seeing the masculine of Earth. Because our Earth, like us, we have both masculine and feminine attributes of both within each of us. Well, so does the Earth. And I'm seeing the masculine. I see the masculine of Earth. It's also a collective. It can also come in, it can also mean of the collective people of Earth right now. It can also come in that way too. Is she connected to tribal? Or is her friend? Her friend. Your other half is Earth. If I remember correctly, all Earth. And her signs, her major signs. I think this has to do maybe with her, because all of her signs are all Earth. I don't know if she is, if she's connected somehow with Earth. I don't know, indigenous maybe. I don't know, in some respect that she's connected to Earth besides her zodiac signs, but as if she were. She's here. Healer. Being the healer, it would make sense that there's more to that. That's interesting. That's the first time what I'm seeing in it is the first time I've seen that come up. See, I'm also seeing this card as a seer, like a seer, somebody who can see more than the normal, well, what used to be the normal, because a lot of people are starting to get like that now. You know, with the slate mask going on here, something not being shown all the way. Okay, I have to come back to that one. That's really interesting, these two. I haven't used my Shaman cards too much recently, and I'm seeing new things in there. Okay, so that card is a card of like foundations, ancestors, and being connected. Is that here in the States? Is that over? Oh, is that? She also. Oh, ancestors. No, let's do the gem. Let's do with your other half. Somebody else coming up out on top. The hunter. It comes to the 9, so 27. And it comes to a 9, which, you know, is like wrapping things up, finishing things up. That card still has my attention. There's something to it. I'm trying to pick up what it is. The Hunter card is a card of, like, just taking what you need, being abundant, but taking just what you need from, with having to do with earth and all, and the bear. See, a lot of people have the bear as a spirit animal. It's like a mother figure. I always see this as being like a backpack and being carried. You know, she's being carried. She had a little pat push there. Does that have to do with the spirit? Yeah. Okay. I just had that card for a reading I did that ended up being about Russia with the bear. It started out, I ended up doing 4 readings, one after the other, because I kept getting more and more information. And it started out as just like, you know, somebody carrying somebody and watching over, and then it started dawning on me after I ended. It was like a real quick little read. After I ended it, the video, I was looking at it longer, and I started seeing all this stuff come up with having to do with Russia. So I did another video. I thought I was done. Turned off the video, and I started seeing more. The coyote. It's number 3. Normally, the coyote can be taken as tricky, you know, like very smart, intelligent, can be a trickster at times, or just intelligent. In this deck, it's not looked at so much in that way, as far as trickster, but it's very, it looks at it as being very smart, and can get out of situations, and, you know, intelligent in that type of way. This always makes me think of a feminine. Okay, let me pull one more. And like I said, I hadn't read these for a little bit, the Shaman cards. I'll take a look. I'll take a look in the book just to make sure, you know, what's going on. If you give me a minute, some things they'll come up in the cards, and I just want to make sure I'm receiving the right message. Yeah, I'm getting new stuff that I've never even seen in the cards, these particular cards before. Why does that bother me? The Hunter card. Alien angel. Okay, now this is for alarm. Is she okay? Let's see. She needs to start doing the energy. Okay, this one came out. Soul Retrieval, 49. So 13 comes so 4 again. Foundations and building. Soul Retrieval. See, like spiritually, energetically, it's already 40-some minutes. I'm sorry. Wow, that went quick. It's like retrieving parts of your soul from other lifetimes, this lifetime, bringing back parts of yourself, maybe from traumas that you've had in the past, or past lives too. It's like just pulling yourself back together again, and it's made a lot of things, like clearing out maybe childhood traumas, like I said, or past life traumas. It can even be adult traumas, which is energy. Those traumas that if we don't release, like do an actual, you know, speaking or imagining a release of it, and we just hold it down within us, and that becomes lower energy or lower vibrating energy, and that's not good for us. That's not good for the body. So what I'm seeing here See, like, see the moth or butterfly? That's transformation. And you had that over here, too. You're going through transformation. And to me, it's a transformation having to do, like, a spiritual, energetic transformation. Like, you're actually changing. You're coming out of you're coming out of, like, a cocoon thing here. And there's some, from what I'm seeing in these cards, it's like you have some kind of energy work that maybe you need to do and clearing out from, whether it's within you or around you with other people, like, to get you back in balance again, to get like a soul retrieval. With these cards, a soul retrieval would also, it wouldn't surprise me if if I pulled another card, if it said something about a vision quest, which is meditation and going in and, finding out more about your situation through your guides, through meditation. But, see, this can be somebody, this can be somebody that comes into, or that's around you, or a situation that's around you, which can be kind of foxy, like a foxy situation, like, not everything might be as it seems, or, because I keep seeing, there's a masculine coming in. So I don't know if that's your masculine spiritually, your masculine part of you, or your other half, your partner, in the physical body partner. That's what it seems, something to do with them too, because of all the earth. I'm seeing, like, major earth here, and in the masculine energy. And then here too, there's a masculine coming in through here, through her, and she's being carried by the bear. And then here again, like I said, I see somebody coming through here, and usually it looks like there's somebody in the arms when I look at this card. Like I said, this card with the fire and passion, and it can go as far as aggression. It can be Mars and Aries and Leo and Sagittarius, which is the 19 is showing new beginnings again, a new start, because our life would go through, like, cycles constantly over and over and over again. And then this one comes up, the coyote. So there's somebody or something coming in, which would make sense with your temptation, suffering, and silence part. That's, kind of disrupting. It's causing you mental conflict, whatever the situation is. It's causing you, like, you don't know what to do. Whatever the situation is, it's like you're having a hard time. You don't know what to do. You don't know what to do. getting that big time. So let's see. I'll pull another one from here and see if it gives you any ideas. It's a good sign. You must make up a decision. You make a decision, because it comes out completion. You do something, or you will do something, or you have done something. In this card too, I see, like, there's two, and I see them holding like a papoose or something, which it doesn't necessarily have to be an actual baby. It could be a baby, person baby, but that can also be like something new that you're birthing, which would make sense with all the cards you have with building something new and, new business and all, or it could be a home too, or you know, whatever it is for you. But whatever it is that you've been fretting about, I think, is ending, but something else is beginning. You're starting a journey, and I have a feeling it's like your destiny has to do with spirituality, which would make sense with, you know, the healing and the business and all that you have, you know. But your destiny here is you're going to be you're starting on your journey for your destiny. And usually your destiny, when it's spiritual of some type, and being that you're very into all the things that are normal to start this journey with, what you're attracted to, shows that I think you're starting your spiritual journey, you're awakening, you know, you're becoming enlightened, and your frequency, this comes to 11. It's a 29, which comes to an 11, which is like enlightenment. It's very high frequency. It's also a number that spirit will use a lot to get your attention. You might see like 11 on the clock all the time, or 11 on the clock, or it can be any number, but usually a lot of times they'll start out with 11s, but it can be any other number. It can be like 333, 444, 424, you know, whatever number it is, and they are numbers where they're trying to get they're trying to get your attention. And so you're starting on a journey. See, and there's wisdom in the journey. Birds are messengers of some kind or another. If a bird keeps showing up at your window, and you're like, what the heck? Or like the bird. It's a messenger. Like, remember we were talking about good luck? So they're messengers. This is an owl. That's owl. It's like nighttime. It's a nocturnal. It has to do, you know, they show it with the moon, and it has to do with wisdom, and there's the moon, the sun in the back. The sun, sorry. He's starting his journey. He's starting your journey. There's something that you've been looping with or something, and you end up doing, I guess, the right thing, and you start, which I guess, you know, whatever you do is going to be the right move, because it's going to get you through. Sooner or later, you're going to get on the right path. Sometimes, you know, there's different, remember you had the card with the different paths, and it's choosing whatever path. Some can be longer journeys, you know, like to get there, and some others can go, it has to do with what you have to learn, and spirit takes you on certain directions, and they put things in your path so you can learn. And they can be good, or sometimes they can be frustrating. They can be something that you're like, oh man, but it teaches you like patience and you know, just the compassion, and or it can teach you things you need to know for whatever it is your destiny that you're working with is. Wow, this was a really good reading. Am I understanding that correctly? I feel like whatever's been giving you, whatever you've been feeling conflicted about, is something that I guess you figure out. Make the right move, whatever it is, whatever you're feeling in your heart, like heart in your. I know this is really hard because I go through this myself too, And go with your heart, not with the mind, and your intuition. And whatever, if there's like a, something, something doesn't feel right, like there's something that's like a little off about something all the time, whether it's with a person or a situation, it's not meant to be there anymore. And this is a time we're getting all that right now. So, I mean, you've got a really, God, you get such a, probably would help with the soul retrieval to like start learning energy work and more meditation and clearing. And you can like cut cords from people because you get energetic ties from people from, past relationships and, people that you were with that you learn like lessons that maybe you wish you hadn't have to learn, but that energy sticks with you. So it can also be ancestral, and not everything is always good. I'm not saying it's not always bad either, but whether it doesn't matter really if it's bad or good. The cords that are attached to us, it takes from us. It takes our energy. So like cord cuttings of energetic means and clearing your energy and all. And your chakra, you check out your chakra clearing. But you have a really, see, and you realize that there's change. You're realizing that, I mean, this, when I look at this card, I think of going from one frequency to another. Like you're spiritually and energetically, you're starting to change. Your vibration's getting higher. Completion, path. See, you have beginnings and growth already. See, you're transforming. You are on a destiny. You have a destiny. You have something that you're here to do, which whatever you're doing now is either what you're supposed to do or it's going to lead you into something else along with it or after it. Okay, and there's that chakra. That's what was, where you're feeling insecure in something. Look, you got spiritual and material prosperity. You have the fruit in the tree and grounding and it's rooting. It's taken off really well. Patience and planning and balance. You have, I'm getting chills all over. Foundation and achievement with the rainbows and family. See, you're going to be clearing this out. The suffering and the silence and temptation, whatever that is, you're clearing it out. I guess you're going to, but go with your heart, whatever it is. There's the hunter one. Oh, okay, the masculines. You're both in your masculine, I don't know if you're both in your masculine side of yourself. Which we all have both. Yeah, this one's showing a lot of earth. Excited for you. This was a really good read. Thank you, sweetie. Good reading. Okay, sweetie, I know. Look at, it's going to be an hour in just a couple seconds. I didn't realize it was going to be that long. That's how I went fast. Okay, I'm going to go out to dinner with my daughter and grandson, and then I'll come back. I don't know if I'll feel like doing another one tonight or if I'll do the other one tomorrow. But I'll get a hold of you tomorrow. Bye. Bye, guys. Bye.